Hello everybody, Geared you here, and welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. In the previous video, we completed the, what was the place called again? Brick Road. How could I forget about, well, that's technically the name of the guy who made that place. But whatever, we completed that dungeon. So what we're going to be doing today, in today's video, is that we're going to be continuing on exploring through Winters. For some weird reason, a pencil-shaped iron statue is blocking the path. Yay! A statue is blocking the path. How rude. So what we're going to be doing now is that we're going to be going inside this cave. It's so scary. Alright, so we're going to be facing routed mouses. Most of the enemies we're going to be facing this video. That's the first time that they've used a smash attack against us in this Let's Play. I was kind of hoping they would be able to go through this entire Let's Play without them using a single smash attack, but that was kind of an unrealistic goal. But anyway, as I was trying to say a second ago, most of the enemies we're going to be facing this place, most of the enemies we're going to be facing this episode are going to be enemies we've seen before, but we're just going to be fighting them again. There is one new enemy that we'll be facing this episode, not until like later in the episode, but we're going to be facing one enemy later in the episode that we haven't seen before. Okay, so I definitely want to heal up real quick because that'd be a good idea. Let's use a bread roll. We recovered 30 HP. Let's move the screen a little so the right about also would go away. Okay, yay! So this place is a early look at a sanctuary we'll be facing later in the game. Like, we defeated the Rowdy Mouse on the overworld! This is amazing! And, after all the trouble that I've seen fighting those stupid enemies on earlier playthroughs of the game, especially my first playthrough where they use smash attacks all the time, it is such a good, fulfilling sight to see the Rowdy Mouse get destroyed in cold blood on the overworld. And, what was I saying a second ago? Oh yeah. What I was saying a second ago was that this is going to be kind of like an early look at a dungeon. This is going to be an early dungeon. This is an early look at a dungeon that we'll be facing a little bit later. We're going to be seeing like the majority of it right now, but we're not actually going to be able to complete it until later, and you'll see why later in the video. So, also like I said earlier in the video, a lot of the enemies we're facing here are all enemies we've seen before. In the description below. Bubble Monkey! What I was trying to say a second ago was that even though we've seen all these enemies before, I will have in the description below all the stats for these enemies, such as the people who did not see the previous videos, and who did not see the stats for those enemies when we originally fought them. They don't have to track them down throughout the Let's Play. They can just look at this video and see the stats again, just in case they didn't see it before. Just because I'm nice like that. You better appreciate it! Okay, let's get away from those guys. Those are attack slugs. Wait, actually, are those new enemies we've seen before? I don't actually remember. Yeah, we've seen them before. They were in Giant Step, which was the first dungeon in the game. So, yay for my forgetfulness. Although, to be fair, there is like a million things I have to remember about this game as I'm recording it. Those enemies are jerks. The Strelly mushrooms, we have seen them before. Their stats are going to be in the description below. And they can still mushroomize you here. Although the closest thing to a hospital in this area is pretty far away from us right now. So we need to be careful fighting these things. Especially because, well, actually I don't think... Well, I was just about to say that it's even more evil considering the fact that we don't have PSI abilities, but then I was thinking that you don't actually use any PSI abilities to stop being mushroomed. I just don't think so. I'll put a caption on screen if I'm wrong, but I doubt I'm wrong about this. Alright, so let's open up the treasure chest. Jeff opened the present. There's a cheap bracelet inside. We definitely want to get rid of a cookie for this because we want to have like a lot of we want to make sure we have as many defense items right now because there's a tough enemy we're going to be facing in a bit. So yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we're as strong and powerful and manly as we can possibly be by wearing a bracelet. Okay, bottle rockets. We definitely want to get rid of Cookie for that. Bottle rockets are very useful offensive items. They're I didn't mean to open that. They are definitely like very useful items right now. So like when you're facing a tough enemy, then bottle rockets are going to be pretty useful against them. There are multiple versions of the bottle rockets we'll be seeing over the course of the game, which I'll make sure to demonstrate when we get to that point. But as for right now, you just want to make sure you get as many of these bottle rockets as you can. So let's attack these things because they didn't come to my birthday party, even though they were the very few enemies that I invited to my birthday party. They didn't come. I'm very rude of it. My birthday was actually a couple of days ago, actually. And had a pretty fun time. Hung out with friends. We played some card games and stuff like that. It was a pretty good time. Only Ness can absorb the power of this place. So, yay! We can't go into that place. As awesome as Jeff is, and even though he's one of my favorite party members in this game, Jeff cannot go in there. Only Ness can. I guess you could say that it's totally necessary to have Ness in the party. It's okay to laugh at my stupid jokes, right? That's culturally acceptable, right? Right? No, it's not. Okay. Now, seize my type. I think I'll ask her for a date. Now, this is just so cute seeing the two monkeys around each other because, especially the girl monkey, she has like a little bow on her head. It's just so cute. And I'm losing melee points as I play through this game. Of course, this game is called Mother in Japan, so it's to be expected that you'd lose melee points playing this game. Anyway, this is the Cave Boy, and I'm honestly a little worried about fighting this thing. The Cave Boy, 314 HP, 0 power points, 21 on offense, 33 defense. On your first visit, will have 5 speed, 0 guts, 618 experience, $70 when you defeat him, which has will always drop a picnic lunch on your first visit. Attacks, or weaknesses, 100% vulnerable to fire, 25% vulnerable to freeze, 50% blast, 0% paralysis, 50% Brainshock, 10% hypnosis. Attacks, loud voice, lowers your offensive defense, swings a club, high level damage. We want to be careful with this thing because it does a lot of damage, and that was not a good thing. Let's use a bottle rock. Which one do I want to use? I'm only going to use this one. Whoa, that was cool. Okay, big bottle rocket. Let's hope this does the job. Yes! Okay, we did it. I wasted both my bottle rockets on that, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So, if you want to get a lot of items right now, then objectively you could stay here and fight the cave boys because they do give you a lot of experience, and you do get it, and you will always get a useful item on your first visit here. So, so it's a very good idea to try to fight as many of those guys as you can. I'm gonna try to fight. I'm gonna try to fight them off screen, but I'm not gonna be fighting too many of them right now. You kids don't look very bright. Let me explain. These stones are making a pattern. It's called Stonehenge. UFOs often visit here. You must have seen on TV or read about it in tabloids. Yes, that's Stonehenge. So he seems to be pretty curious about this place. So how about we explore it a little bit, or at least see all that we can see about this place. For some reason, something that looks like a very large iron eraser is in the way. Alright, so we can't do anything about this quite yet, but remember this place for much later in the game, because this is going to be a very important part for the story. You jerk! Yes! Just barely. We just barely did. Oh my god, that was so close. Like, what if he did one more attack on me, and then I probably would have died right there. So let's run away from the place. Let's run like a little chicken. Run, Jeff, run for your life. Mr. Brick Road, the dungeon maker referred you, right? And not only that, what? Who? My son? Oh, I can't believe it. You're Jeff, my son. It's been maybe 10 years since I last saw you. I'm so glad you're such a healthy boy. Those glasses look good on you. How about a donut? Well, I was only offering it. I'd also like a donut right about now. Have you already checked out Stonehenge? Yes. Well, at least I asked. By the way, why are you here? Oh, I see. The girl named Paula must have sensed I was here. Okay, I'll try to help you out. I'm trying to make a phase distorter that can connect 2 points in space and time. It's still incomplete. I'll let you use another invention I call the Skyrunner. It's a little bit old, but it'll certainly help. When you're bored, always listen to the messages that come from the destination. You'll get there for sure if you listen to the message. The round machine over there is a Skyrunner. What do you think? Isn't it neat? Get in. Let's get together in 10 years or so. So, Dr. Andonuts, he's a very interesting character in the lore of EarthBound because there is a theory that he is the only character in the series to have appeared in all 3 EarthBound games. I'll touch upon this later in the game because it kind of goes into spoilers for the other games in the series, but I will make a point to talk about this in a future video. One thing I'd like to say before we end the video right now is that the Cave Boy enemies that we were fighting a moment ago, you may have noticed that on the stats it said first visit and second visit, and there were different stats. There were some slightly different stats depending on which visit we were on. We are on a first visit right now. We will be coming back to Winters later in the game, and this is at the point where I'll be talking about the theories associated with Dr. Andonuts. But when we get to that point in the game, the stats for the Cave Boy are going to be slightly different. At this point in the game, I will be talking about the Cave Boys again. But with that, we're getting this video off here, so thank you guys so much for watching this video of EarthBound, and until next time, later gear to you.